All right. Surprise, surprise. Hello, guys. It's Anni and Mandy here again. And welcome to this live and happy Sunday to everyone. And I hope that you all are doing well as always. And we are here doing another support live talk with Mandy video.
Yes. Sometimes we do that 2 days in a row. Sometimes.
Yeah, we do this spontaneous lives. It's
Yeah, it's
good.
like you get that momentum. It's like, oh, I have more things I want to say, or just knowing that we're helping people
Yeah.
feels good.
Yes. Hi, Jaakko. Welcome. You are so quick. people coming so
Yay!
fast.
I love it.
I didn't put announcement in the Discord because that's how we do with Mandy. We sometimes we just okay, let's make a video, and that's what I love it about with you doing this work because we always kind of okay, let's do a video and
Yeah, it feels good.
all right.
It's nice. Nice to be here.
So yes, Mandy, you had something on your mind.
Yeah. So I woke up this morning and I was just, usually after we make a video, I watch, I'll just go somewhere to the middle and I'll just kind of watch just to see how it sounds and looks and what we said. And then I'll read the comments. But I don't think there's any extra comments on that one yesterday, but I went back and I looked at some of your workout videos and I saw a comment from someone named, I think, Max something, that they had found out that it was their caffeine that was causing them symptoms. So that was really cool that they have awareness. And then there was also, I went to our video that we made a month and a half ago when it was 2.5 weeks after my husband had passed, and there was a comment on there saying how diverticulitis for them was caused by alcohol. When they quit alcohol, then they didn't have diverticulitis anymore. And my husband drank a ton of alcohol, so I know. And I just reading that was just so. It's just so nice sometimes when we are in a community with people that just understand about substances, caffeine, alcohol. We focus 8% on caffeine, but
Yeah.
we do talk about benzos and alcohol, all mind altering
Yes.
substances,
Yeah.
right? Weed, nicotine, and then just behavioral stuff in general, like porn and gambling. And
Yeah. Everything.
so that would be really good to do a video about gambling, because people really get addicted to that, and it can be
Yeah.
devastating for them. They lose their house, their money.
Yep.
It's all the same, right? It's all working on that reward. So just reading that comment was so nice, because I'm having some, not issues, but just some stuff around family members, my husband's family members, saying that oh, we're not going to talk about the alcohol and things like that. And it's like, I know that that's not what took his life, but that was contributing to his lifestyle stuff, was contributing to his weight and his issues.
Yeah.
And like for me, I had ulcerative colitis. I changed my lifestyle. I don't have it anymore. Like, I just wanted to really talk today, do support today. And whoever wants to comment and talk how we do it. There was so much good interaction in the comment section yesterday. And so just having that community, but also just talking, just talking about the awareness around how substance use can really mess with the body, can mess with the
Yeah.
gut, can mess with, caffeine really messes with the gut. Of course, alcohol does, but so does caffeine. It messes
Yeah.
with the whole, from the gut, meaning the mouth to the anus, like the whole
Yes.
digestive system. And it messes with all the systems, but it definitely messes with that one. And that one's a really important one, And
Yeah.
so just reading those today, those two comments today, and it's today's Sunday and I'm going to do some cleaning, but I'll be at the beach this week. And I thought, let's just do a video today. So that's
Yes.
where we're at.
That's where we're at. And that's so amazing because the one thing that you're gonna notice, whoever is watching this, are you a caffeine quitter or are you just quitting all the mind altering drugs that we are always kind of recommending? Because then you, of course, get the best result. Because when you are
Yeah.
free from everything, you just
Yeah.
give your body the best opportunity to heal. And of course, then you are not missing the healing. But then you're gonna see so much like good changes about your health, like your gut health, your skin health. Like that is really something that comes with this quitting. It's like a bonus. Like we speak about a lot of like how we have more motivation and energy, and that all is really cool, of course. But then there are also these like digestion starts to just work better. Your like skin can look better, like your teeth can even feel better, like all kind of things. Because substances, those are really affecting in the cellular level to how our
They
body
are.
works.
Yeah. It's all of it. Yeah. I mean, it's like we talk so much about caffeine because it is the underestimated
Yeah.
substance that
Yes.
people don't understand. And it's usually the last one people quit. But yeah, it is. You can't just quit caffeine, which would be amazing to just quit caffeine, but you can't just like smoke weed and drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes and expect to be,
Yeah.
it really is true. And we're proof that when you quit everything and you give it time, that your body just works better.
Yeah.
Now, we're not diagnosing anybody. We're not trying to,
No.
definitely not prescribing anything. It's just, hey, we quit everything. This is how we're working. What's I think telling someone to quit substances or to encourage them to if they haven't, and that's something that we talked about a little bit earlier, was that my husband for 12 years, no, 10 years saw me on substances and saw how it affected me. And we just got through talking about the body, like the intestinal tract, but the mind, right? Like just our mind and how it affects our mind and our cognitive and everything and our abilities and our memory and our mood. But yeah, definitely the physical too. But so he saw me, and then he sees me quit, and then he sees me go through some really, intense stuff. And then he starts to see me doing better, and he lived with me every day, and I still couldn't help him.
Yeah.
That's the truth of life when you're married or with someone who's using substances and you cannot save them. And that's when you really start to think like, okay, I got to let it go. I got to give it to God. I cannot control this. I cannot fix this. And then it starts stressing you and it's just not worth it because they're not ready or whatever
Yeah.
reason. And it's just for me, it was just so important. And I still struggle with it because even on here, it's like, well, we don't get on here and try to reach the masses. We're helping people who have already quit or like
Yeah.
that comment that they're on it and they're like, I think it's affecting me. Like, how
Yes.
cool is that they're waking up even
Yeah.
on it? Because it took me and I commented. I said it took me quitting to realize.
Yes. Same.
So yeah, and same for you. And so um, still the information we can talk about it all day and we can make videos and we can just give that information for the people that it resonates with
Yeah.
and for us because it's just like, wow, all those years, we were not taking care of ourselves. And that's another thing too. But we were functional. We were kind of going because
Mm-hmm.
we were on the drug that was giving us at least a little bit of a boost to not be like completely depressed and anxious. We were functional because of the drug, even though it
Yeah.
was harming us. So that's what I saw in my husband. It's like he was in pain and he was struggling with so many physical things, but yet he was consuming so many substances just to feel somewhat
Normal.
baseline,
Yeah.
and that's the hardest part. It's like, okay, the drugs keep you going, and that's what that commenter said in the comment that well, they made it 6 months and then they went back to work. They went back to consuming caffeine because they needed to work. And then they realized, wait a minute, I sound like a drug addict, like any
Yeah.
type of drug. And then they're like, the 2 weeks is not enough, maybe,
Yeah.
because they didn't realize it can take a really long time to get that boost of energy to start working, motivated. And it's like they are onto something. They're not just
Yeah.
onto something, but in their life, they're like, is this it? And then they find your channel, and then it's like, we're confirming, yes,
Yes.
100% it's it.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. we only need it to it's so you have to get off of it and then give it possibly years.
Yeah.
And that's what's so tricky about it, because being on it does give you that boost to make it through the day, but it's not optimal. So, yeah, it's a tricky thing, but it's so worth it, and my heart goes out to anybody on any substance, because you can do it, but you have to want to do it.
Yeah. And I'm no more caffeine addict. That's amazing. Yeah. That's so amazing. Yeah, so because the caffeine steals your energy from the next day and from the next hours, it's really like working like a credit card, like because it's a
Yes.
nervous system stimulant. So we did do that. I was, I think, 3 years old when I started in some form because I was in hot chocolate, and my grandmother, she was amazing person. I never blame her that I did kind of learn that habit, because that's what the old people do. They drink coffee, and then I was like, we have that bunny that we dip in the coffee when we were a child. You had some kind of what that milk, some, you said it word, I don't remember, some girl's milk, or what
Oh,
you
big girl coffee?
big or coffee, yeah.
My
So
dad would make.
so that's how, like, we were still developing, our brain was developing. And I think the personally that I had, and maybe you had it too, that I don't know if we had like less those dopamine receptors, or like that's how we were genetic adapted or that, but we were just so much into all kind of dopamine sources as a young kid. And
Yeah.
caffeine was there, it was just there because it was everywhere. And I think that's why we were like, wow, this makes me feel really high or something in that
Yeah.
time.
Hmm.
And but then we kind of went with it. And that's a tricky part, that when you're still developing and you are consuming things that is affecting your brain and your health and your develop, so that is something that you don't know actually, the authentic you necessarily, unless you're quit. So
And find out
you
find
find
out
out.
on your own. On your own. Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't know.
Yeah.
And the people that do know, that's amazing. And they come to figure it out. Um, I was kind of figuring it out slowly that it was coffee with the hormones, but I didn't know anything about caffeine. But yeah, I mean, just being on it so young, same with my grandmother. She would make me, I don't know if y'all have it there, but it's called Swiss Mocha, Swiss Miss. And it's
I
this
don't sure.
little, it's like hot chocolate. It's like a hot chocolate basically, but it's Swiss Miss and it has caffeine. And my grandmother would make me that, and Cokes. I could have
Yeah.
Cokes, really young, hot chocolate. Every time after church, we would go on Sundays and I would get a hot chocolate with extra whipped cream,
Yeah.
chocolate chip um, pancakes, I'm sure, with whipped cream at the place. And, oh, you know what? I loved French toast. So that didn't have caffeine, but still, I would have the hot chocolate. And it's affecting us then slowly. It starts
Mm.
affecting our mind, affecting our hormones. And then we get older, we get in our 20s, we get in our
Yeah.
30s. My husband being in his 40s, and he wasn't addicted to caffeine like me, but he still drank it. He drank
Yeah.
tea. He's like, I love the way tea tastes. He drank energy drinks here and there. He wasn't a big coffee addict, but he did consume caffeine.
Yeah.
And but he drank beer like all day, all the time. So then you get in your 40s, and then your body starts, 30s, 40s, 50s, then your body starts breaking down.
Yeah.
So it's been affecting the mental health the whole time. It's changing kind of the person. Not that the personality changes, but it does change you, because you
Yeah.
start, the paranoia, the OCD, all these mental health issues, the anxiety, some bouts of depression here and there, especially like with hormone stuff. And so we're being affected the whole time mentally. Yes, maybe some physical stuff when we're younger, but we're more resilient. We're young. Just like we were talking about
Yeah.
yesterday with the brain being young, of
Yeah.
course we're going to seem a little bit more viable, more resilient when we're younger,
Hmm.
but we're being affected. But it's just like, oh, this is just me with this mental stuff, or you don't share it with people. Like I didn't share some of my OCD stuff. And then you get older, and then the body really
Yeah.
starts breaking down. And then
Yeah.
we think it's just age, and it's just the cards we were dealt, or it's just this, or it's just that. And it's like, how much of it is these substances
It
and the
is.
underestimated one,
Yeah.
caffeine?
And I think the alcohol part for many, they just know that, I know because people tells me all the time that they didn't know that caffeine was a gate drug for them to alcohol. Sometimes people with the, let's say, hard drugs, even I call caffeine as a hard drug, but let's say that people who message me who have been on hard drugs, meaning they have used all kind of drugs in the world, and they come with the fear, they come with the biggest fear that they are scared as, I don't want to say curse word, but scared as whatever to quit caffeine. They say that to me that Anni, there is something different about this drug, that they have used all the drugs out there and they are able to quit there on their own, plus of course alcohol and weed and nicotine. And then when they come to caffeine, they're like
So hard.
so hard.
Yeah, instead of calling them hard drugs, because they're all they're all hard drugs. They're illegal, but
Yeah.
caffeine's legal. It's like, but
Yeah.
if it had that association that it was illegal, then people would understand more, talk about it more. But we haven't talked about this in a while, but we all know, most of us know, and I know you know, how cocaine was put in Coca-Cola back in the day, and then they
Yes.
moved it to caffeine. So it's
Yeah.
just like, it's just our society just seems that it's so legal. And that's such a big term, oh, if it's illegal, it's so bad. Like even me, I mean, even the way I'm embarrassed that I played around with cocaine and in my late 30s, like that's super hard for me to talk about.
Yeah.
But I can talk about it, but it's just like I feel so much shame around that. Like that, I was bad and dirty and a bad girl.
Yeah.
But yet I was on caffeine since I was a baby. And my mom, consumed it when she was pregnant with me. So I've been on it my whole, since an embryo.
Yeah.
It does go through we talked about that like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And before, most people know that it goes through the placenta and
Yeah.
so, but it's not embarrassing or shameful to say I was on caffeine my whole life, but yet it's hard for me to say I tried cocaine. And it's not even as hard for me to say I played around with Adderall.
Yeah.
It's not as hard for me to say that word because it's
medication, even it's
it's
amphetamine.
medication.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy, like the shame around that for me. Even alcohol. Oh, I would get blacked out drunk and have crazy moments, but I can talk about alcohol way more than the illegal drug, even though the legal one is just harming people. And then people are like, oh, well, with alcohol, you can't have a car accident or like have a car wreck like you can with alcohol and I'm not, I get it. I quit alcohol too. I quit them all. Yes, alcohol does crazy things to us, but how caffeine can cause anger and rage and a lot of car accident,
Steven Cherniske speaks about the book called Caffeine Blues, about how caffeine is causing a lot of like car accidents. People just doesn't know them, but there are some studies also made that when people have died in the car accident, their blood have like been really highly caffeinated. So so all the track drivers, they get a ton of caffeine to stay awake. And
yes.
Okay, so those kids, the most people drinks with caffeine in America isn't just coffee, it's a coffee with 1000 G of sugar, so they really hit that dopamine systems. 100 years ago, it was a common belief that smoking is healthy, says Jaak. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's how if you wanna sometimes read the book Devil's Cup, it's a book about how coffee have spread all over in the America and Europe and everywhere in the world, and they have actually tried to stop it for spreading because there were people who know how bad it is, but then it was unstoppable when it spread.
Yeah.
It was unstoppable. First, it was only drink for the men's, so it wasn't allowed for the women's. And then there was even that book that there was a group of the women in I think it was in Germany, that they made some kind of announcement for the mans because they weren't able to, do their thing. They weren't able to see children because their stuff was so, went bad because of caffeine. So there are a lot of things in history that speaks itself, but they are all hidden from the mainstream.
Yeah, like infertility's on the rise. How many, it restricts blood flow. You got to have that blood flow to get the organs down there working and have a
Mm-hmm.
baby. And I remember one time my sister told me, because I was having trouble getting pregnant in my 30s, and she's like, just drink a cup of coffee and get that blood flow going. Like, no, it's not. There's so
Yes.
much misinformation out there. And and even her, everything I've been through, she still drinks a ton of tea. I think she's on coffee now because her husband drinks it. Her new husband drinks tons of coffee. I think I was saying last week about how his father has issues with diabetes, and I really think he drinks caffeine. I really think that's a contributor. And that's just the thing. It affects people so differently. It's not just like, oh, we consume it and then it causes just one thing. It causes so many
Yeah.
different things, and then people get it at different times of their life, possibly. Like, I never had acid reflux, but if I would have stayed on coffee, I would get it every now and then, but not like my mom. But if I would have stayed on it, I'm sure later in life, then I would have gotten it.
Yep. And because
Um,
those caffeine byproducts, which are actually like restoring in the body, that's why it's not like other drugs too. And because it
uh-huh.
blocks the adenosine, that's also another big reason why it's not like other drugs. But the byproducts can go everywhere. So some people have them, the byproducts more in the brain. Some people have them more in the like your stomach, in your legs. Like they go everywhere where the blood is flowing. They go everywhere.
That's
Like
such good information. Yeah. There's so
yeah.
much information. I mean, yesterday we talked a lot about dopamine and a few other
Mm.
neurotransmitters, but yeah, that whole byproduct part of it and the uric, what is it, the uric acid,
Yeah,
all that.
urine
That's
acid.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Paraxanthine is the main byproduct, and then the dimethylic
yeah.
uric acid is what restores in the body. So, lot of stuff. It does.
Get that adrenaline going. Yeah, get that high. Yeah. That's what people are doing. That's all it is. When people are like, I need my energy, I'm like, it just raises your adrenaline and cortisol and blocks adenosine. That's all it does. You are not getting energy. And that will affect your nervous system and your adrenals at some point.
Yeah, it's almost like if I would have to teach in the school the kids about the dangers of caffeine, I probably would start something like that. That hey, how many of you drink Monsters today? And then they were me, and Nocco and Monster and Red Bull and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question: how do you feel when you take a Monster? They say, and if I feel just so good, I have to do something. I have to go somewhere. Well, do you know what is causing that? They say, yeah, I just have more energy. No, you are actually having a biochemical stress from the alkaloid
Yes.
called caffeine. That is
Yes.
from the energy drink, artificially made
Yes. And then
poison.
it makes you feel euphoric and yeah, they get excited. I was telling you when I went to visit my sister also, my niece came in and she knows how I feel about caffeine. And she's like, she has her energy drink in her hand at 14 years old, a straight up monster. And she's like, that her mom lets her have. And I'm just like, whatever. But she's like, oops, I don't want to show you that. And I'm like, okay, I don't, because, a year or two ago, I was just like, oh my God, no, no, it's going to affect you and your hormones. And you're not, just now starting to have a period and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I was just like trying to save her. And now she's like kind of throwing it in my face, but oop, and I'm not going to really show you. And I know you're going to get after me. And I told her, I said, I don't care I don't care anymore. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care
Yeah.
if you're going to, I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I care. But again, what I said earlier, we just
No.
can't, you just can't
No.
fix people.
No. But
Even when they
spread
see
the
they're changing.
information. This is the cool, like you said today before we started to talk, you say that our audience are people who are already usually in this journey, or
Yes.
they are interested about this.
Yes.
That's why we share. We are not trying to force anything or like push anything, but
No.
the audience that we have are many are there. Some of them are in their first 6 months. Some of them are like around the first year. Then the first and 2 years people can relapse. I always say that is a possibility in this journey if you
Yeah.
are going through pause. So that's why you have to have information how much better it gets. Oh, hi, Christopher. Hi, only have a few minutes to say hi before I have to run. I'm at 3 years and 4 months of coffee caffeine. Yay, Christopher. Amazing.
Yay, good to see you.
Good to see you and keep
Keep
it
it up.
up.
Yeah, we know you will.
You will,
That's
we
good.
know. You have done
Sounds like
amazing
you're
work.
busy. That's good.
Very good.
Gotta go.
Yes.
Thanks for saying hello.
Thanks for saying hello. We appreciate everybody, and that's the cool thing in this work, that we have met so many. Even we haven't met in the person, but we are come like a small family. We always like say hi to each other and like where we are, because some of these people have been around with like even with this like 5 years. It's a long time. Or some people have come with the 4 years, or like they are a little bit up, like behind us, meaning like 1 year or some around. I'm just so
doing better.
I'm so excited for those who are a little bit behind us, because I know they still have anxiety, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, go to the 5 years, and because I know it's gonna happen. I know, and that's why I'm like, you know.
And hopefully they come back. Hopefully, and I'm sure they will.
They will. They will.
Oh, it really is better. And like that's exciting, because that helps us to say like 5. There's something about 5 years where it's just, now it does get better, but there's still little things lingering, you know. But it's to not scare people that it's hell for 5 years.
No. But some people, it's just it's that it takes time. Like, and you wanted to share also something about that time thing. Did you want to say something about just like I don't remember what, but something about that it just takes what it takes basically, and then you just always keep improving.
Yes.
The only,
we talk about that all the time.
Yes, the only Red Bull I ever drank was in Jägerbomb. Jägerbomb. I first turned 21, but since 25 I haven't had one drink, even a small amount. Yeah, definitely. That is one a drink for sure.
We used to call them back in the early, because Red Bull came out I think in '97, so we used to call them Bull Blasters, which is now Jaeger bombs. And so Jessica, since you're younger, well, you're not 25. I know. What did you say yesterday? You're 38.
Yeah.
But since 25, okay, so a long time ago. Or not a long time ago. But back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, I don't know if this was how it was for you or where you're at. Up in North America.
Keep it speaking, Mandy. I have to get the dog out. So just yeah. Second.
We would make them in pint glasses. So we would fill up the Red Bulls like to here, and then drop the Jaeger bomb or drop the Jaeger in it and drink the whole dang thing. And then I think it just got easier for bartenders. That you just put it in a little shot, a shot glass, like a bigger shot glass, but pour the Red Bull and then just pour the Jaeger in it, and it's already mixed together. But it would be so much Red Bull the other way, and I would have like 3 or 4 of them. I mean, that's awful. And I would wake up in the middle of the night just like, and I would think it was the sugar or the alcohol, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it was that too, but it was a lot of caffeine, because that's a lot of chugging. It's just so stupid. And kids are doing it. Kids are having their vodka Red Bull. But yeah, it's a thing. And that's so good that you don't do it anymore. And I don't either, obviously. But I did. Plus drinking beer, And I think I would be tired. I would be, yeah, ours had a glass. Oh, right. Or they'd make those plastic ones, yeah, that were like green, neon green or purple. And then it would have the built-in shot glass. Yeah, so they started making specific shot glasses just for that shot. Yeah. I forget what I was saying.
Yes. Don't worry.
But yeah. Lots of drinking, lots of silliness, lots of caffeine. Oh yeah. I would be so tired that, in the night, drinking all the beer and eating and just socializing and smoking cigarettes, that we would have a bull blaster or 2 or 3 in the middle of our beer drinking time just to get I would want it just to get a little boost of energy, and it was just stressing me and causing anxiety.
Yeah.
But don't do that anymore. So a lot of us do that, and it's just a lot of people grow up doing that because of society and yeah. These energy drinks, they're not good.
Yeah, actually today when we go to the market like buy food, and I notice so much that thing that before you go to the payment, like they have put that one specific like place that there's only energy drinks there. Then there are all kind of those coffee drinks, like just before you pay your whatever you are shopping, you still getting those. And so many kids what I have looked, they have energy drinks what they are
One
buying.
second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's all hold on, my mom.
Yeah.
Can you hear Mom, can you hear me? Do you want to say hello to Oh, there's only 3 people now. We had more, but it's okay. You can say hello to Ani and the people watching.
Hi. Hi,
Oh, it's
hi.
Mandy's mom. It's my mommy. I have her as mommy in the phone.
Yeah.
We're just making a video, but I didn't know are you okay? Okay. Oh, yeah. You just need to say David and Dottie Bartel and the address. And you could just say, because Matt and I are on there, you can just say that you're Mandy's mom and they might let you in. See if that works. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot about that. Okay, I'll keep my phone on me. Let me know. And maybe they or something. Or you say you can call, but just give them the address. It helps to give the address. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, and then more
Greetings.
people watch later. It's just yesterday we had like 11 people at one time, huh?
Yes. Say greetings to your mom.
Oh, thank you. But the 3 people that are there, 4 people, I did not mean that. It's like every one person, you're all special and important. I didn't mean it like
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
just
90 days
I get
caffeine
s-
free today.
I get
Congrats.
silly. I
Good.
get goofy. So my
Yeah.
mom, you know this, Ani, but my mom, my husband passed. My mom made she makes memories quilts and she made one for his parents and she's taking it out there right now. So I'm glad I answered because she'd just be stuck
Yes.
out there waiting. Because sometimes
Yes.
I see the phone ringing and if we're making a video, I don't answer, but
Yeah, always answer and yeah, that
yeah,
doesn't bother. Like, yeah, always.
sure.
For
Yes,
moms,
yes.
you always have to answer when the moms or dads
And I'll
calls.
share it.
Then you answer.
Yes. Let me
Mm.
see if she calls back. Let me show if it can pick up.
Yeah.
But this is the quilt.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see it if
I can see.
the lighting,
It's beautiful.
but it's all his shirts. And she's making me one too. He
Wow.
had so many,
Well,
but
she's talented. Like
yeah,
that's made for the shirts.
yeah. All the
Wow.
little squares, those are all different shirts.
Oh, and she made those for you and the parents.
So that one specifically is for my in-laws. She had this other one, but she didn't really like it. It came with it had it was a different pattern and it had the tan part is his pants. He
Wow.
used to always wear khaki pants. She didn't really
Wow.
like that one as much, and mine's going to be a different pattern, but she still has the quilt top. It's called a quilt top.
How many clothes you need to have to make those?
15 shirts at least to make one at least. 10 because she does the square and then you can use other material, I don't know if I have another one. She makes amazing quilts. But you can use, she usually makes t-shirts quilts.
Oh,
Like if you just have, specific t-shirts from like traveling, like if you travel, stuff like that, or,
wow.
and then usually it's when people pass, they give all the t-shirts or something like that and they'll make it. And then you can, have it on the couch and just
Wow. I
make
don't
it.
know
Yeah.
if we have that in Finland. At least I haven't heard anyone. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful to make those.
Yeah. And then she quilts
Cool.
them, which the quilting part is the design that makes it bubbly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can see under that quilt on her bed, there is another quilt underneath, and that's a specific design.
Wow. That's
So I don't
really
know if
nice.
anybody knows about quilts.
Yeah.
But
That
she
that
does use a machine. I think the women, back in the day, they'd hand stitch
yes.
everything, which took like months and months and months. She does use a machine, but
Of
still,
course. But still, yeah.
it's amazing.
That is I appreciate so much everyone who knows how to make some kind of, knitting work, or I don't know what is that, like, that what people all times used to do, those kind of things, like make
Crochet. Well,
clothes.
you crocheted.
Yeah, I crochet. No, I knit. I actually knit.
Knit.
I actually knit a lot of beanies when I was in
Yes.
withdrawals because
Yes.
because I
We'd be
couldn't do
talking on the
much.
phone and you would just be making
Yeah,
your
I was like,
hats and your
I
scarves.
have
Your scarf.
anxiety. Yeah, my scarf. Mandy, I'm in a really bad way. But that's how it
So
was.
I'm only laughing
Uh,
because I'm on the outside and watching you, and you look very normal to me. You're just like making it, and you're busy. But yeah, in your mind, you're like,
I
I
wasn't
can only
normal.
imagine. But to me,
Yeah, it's
yeah, you
good.
made a lot. We talked a lot, and you made a lot. You were on your like fifth one.
Yeah, but it doesn't really, it wasn't like really like I'm cool to make. It was like, like I was just making something.
Oh my God, it's so great
But that's
because
cool.
your whole life you were busy, and you were
Mm.
like, I was frozen. I'm just like standing there. I was just like sitting there like frozen, and you were like trying to be busy, and I'm
Yeah.
just watching you frozen.
But it was like
Wow.
ADHD on steroids. Like even in my
Yeah.
life, my eyes go like somebody was in my life. I remember back in the like he said something. I think it's ADHD. Like something
Right.
like
Yeah.
yeah, but on steroids when you are like withdrawals, it's like
And it
uh,
does seem like that. I mean, I'll rewatch videos and I blink a lot. I notice I
yeah.
blink a lot. That I don't.
But it's
I think that
hard.
has something to do with some residual. I think it's a little. I think once I'm even way more, even though I'm better, so much better and more functional, I think there's some residual stuff, and I think that is a
Yeah.
behavior where when I'm concentrating or focusing, I do this
Yeah, but that's can
blinky.
be that's like I think when we have so much anxiety, it's we couldn't I couldn't even keep up the comments on the YouTube. I couldn't. Like
Right. Yeah.
I just couldn't. I have to watch wherever like my brain did go. Like I couldn't focus
Yeah.
my
I know. Me too.
like
That
we
would be
can
tough.
laugh now. That's a really cool because you are not laughing when you are in that state.
No, yeah, we only laugh because we know it was
It gets
intense. And
better.
look at us. We talked and we got through it and we got
Yeah.
through the day. And yeah, we look back now and it's just like, oh my gosh, wow. It's
Yeah.
not funny in the sense of it was funny.
Yeah.
It's we're laughing because it was so intense.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, I think I still have some stuff, behavioral stuff around my facial expressions. Like I don't want to just look because I can have like resting bitch face. I think
What is that?
Eh, where you look like if you're just not smiling, you look pissed. You look like a bitch, resting bitch face.
Okay.
So I'm always like,
No.
I'm always trying to like
Horribleness.
look pleasant, and I feel pleasant. Like it's not fake, but I'm aware that if I don't smile, that I look, I feel like I look so much more pleasant when I smile than when I'm just like, so I
Yeah,
just think, like the blinking and the thing, all I'm saying is, I think I have some stuff, residual leftover stuff, but I can definitely tell when I'm talking, I am focused on what I'm talking about instead of before I would have like at least 5 other thoughts in my head, and then I would have to go to like at least one of them. I still do
Yes.
it a little bit, but man, is it not 1,000 times better. So
Yeah.
stuff like that kind of stuff, and that's what we talk about all the time. There's so many symptoms that have to process out first. That
Yes.
first 3.5 years, there's like 50 symptoms.
Yeah.
And then for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, all the other ones just slowly, so we
fade
become more
away.
functional. But then if there's blinking or whatever, sweating,
Yeah.
whatever, that is something that will even in time go, because there was so much other shit that had to, or stuff that had to be worked out first, that was a little bit more essential.
Yeah, and speaking about facial expressions, what I did notice during withdrawal, my facial expressions were really hard. Like even my ex-boyfriend said one time when he said that I don't see any joy or happiness in your eyes. Like he would just see the numb eyes. Like he said that you are not there. But then when I started to be a little bit better, sometimes he said, I see you, like you are there. Like there was some kind of light in my eyes. But that doesn't mean that you lose your identity. It's just like you cannot touch that in the recovery. It's your identity is there, but you are in the bubble, and that's how it feels.
Well, just like heroin addicts, they look either normal or they look, they don't. There was one lady that did a video where she's like, people think that this is what a heroin addict is, and she does a video. She's like, in these photos, I was on heroin.
Yes.
So
started during this. It's like a reflex from the mind, from the TV screen stimulus too much. I have to catch myself squinting real bad as well. Yeah.
It's kind of like yeah. I think it's the blinking is almost like a squint, because when I'm outside, I don't wear sunglasses because I don't need it. I don't feel like a vampire like I used to. But yeah, maybe it's the light or it's a stimulation thing. But I'm curious to see in the next year or two, because I did this thing. I had this kind of like OCD thing where I would stretch it was almost like a way to massage underneath my nose instead of touching it.
Yeah, I did do that too.
I would do that all the time. I don't know if I do that as much anymore.
I did do that too.
I used to do that. I still do, but I used to do that all the dang time. And even a friend's daughter commented on my blinking once. So I know I've always done it. And so I think it has something to do with something neurological that will get better.
Yeah, and I think the caffeine, because caffeine I had asthma as a kid, which I don't have anymore, and allergies, which all did heal completely after quitting caffeine. So I did do a lot of this kind of stuff, because I all felt itchy, like, so I don't do that anymore. Like I don't have that symptom anymore. Ever.
Yeah, I think it was something. Definitely, I had allergies, but it was also kind of like a nervous habit, or even the blinking, like if I'm listening or something. I think it's just something that I picked up along the way that was just a habit, a habit for so many years, that I really do believe in the next year to 3 years, stuff like that's normal. I mean, it doesn't even bother me.
Yeah.
I'm functional, I can do it. So that's the thing, like the other stuff that had to work out first bothered me, because that was more, that took precedent over something like that. Like that's not keeping me from getting through the day. But I think it will get better. That's interesting.
Yeah. Like underneath, when the neurotransmitter starts to be more communicating, like the neurochemical balance starts to be more in the homeostasis, you're still gonna heal underneath that some while, but you are gonna be functional, so functional that you don't necessarily think about it, but then you're gonna see it with time, that when you compare that, oh, I'm even better now than I was, let's say that's why I say that I will do the 6 years update. I don't do the 5.5, because when you go further in this journey, half years is, even those who go through pause, half years is not really that long time to see huge improvements. But in the year, if you do the update, like let's say 5 years to 6 years, it can be that you, even with that, you can see like, wow, that girl even did improve after that. Like yeah, so that's why if you are, for
Yeah.
example, if you are now in the 2 years, let's say, then you have a 2.5 years, you have your tsunami waves. No, maybe you not have that, but if you do, so then it's gonna make you feel bad that, oh my god, in my 2 years I was better than in the two and a half. When if you are in the wave, so that's why you cannot look at the time as a measure, like in that sense that I know,
Yeah.
Mandy, you get what I mean.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
because so much healing can happen um, in so like a short time, and
In a
but it's
short time. Yeah.
it can be intense. But then when you look at the whole journey, like when you have a bigger scale, then you can really see
You can really see. Yeah,
the
it's like that was just
improvements.
part of it. It was like that break in between. Yeah, the tsunami was, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you have a tsunami wherever, if it's two,
yeah,
2.5, 3 years, somewhere
yeah.
around there for people, 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that when you get to 5, and then you still have something like eye blinking or whatever it is,
Yeah,
and then you get to 6 or 7, and then you look back and you're like, just like you thought at 2.5, like, oh, how am I going through this at 2.5 or 3, and then you look back even further along and you're like, oh, I get it now. It's just part of it. Like, that's
yeah,
just, there's just not a lot of information on how
yeah.
something can take so long, but
But it
to
doesn't
know,
matter when you are like when you are functional, when you are busy, then those things really doesn't, in your
right.
life they doesn't matter. But it is,
Yeah, they happen. It happens under the rest of the healing happens under the surface to where it doesn't bother you. Yeah.
yeah, you are functional and happy and yeah,
Functional.
can
Yeah.
enjoy. But still,
Yeah.
like the thing that we are sharing, it's important to speak about how long human like that this healing process can go, um, even better and better. Like you said, that Cato says that even now he feels different forms of joy, being what is 9 years free, 10 years free.
It'll be 11 years in October.
So
And he says that he didn't think it could get better because, he says happy, then completely happy, and then joy. And I feel like he was around joy. Honestly, he doesn't ever tell me, but like 6 or 7 years.
yeah,
Where
yeah, I
I feel
thought
like I'm
so.
happy. I don't know if I'm completely happy yet, but I'm definitely like very marinated and happy for sure.
Yes, yeah,
I don't know if it's maybe I'm completely happy. I don't know. With my husband passing, who knows? But it feels in my brain pretty dang good, especially when I have stuff going on, like going to the beach or something, or going to get food. Just I went to the park after I got dinner last night, and I went for a little walk, and I was just like, I
yeah,
was, talking to my husband and thinking, but I was like so thankful to be able to walk and to be functional. But anyway, then he says there's so happy, completely happy, joy. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen the cartoon Ren and Stimpy from the MTV, but every time I say that, I want to say happy, happy, joy, joy. Do you know
yeah,
that?
I
His
know.
name?
Happy, happy, joy.
Ding, 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 ding. So then there's joy around 6 or 7 years. That's what I'm thinking. And then he said, I think there's different levels to joy. But he
Yeah,
didn't know that because he just keeps
I believe
learning as
that.
you go.
I believe that
Yeah.
because it's a neuroadaptation. It's a neuroadaptation with the levels of like the dopamine system when it rewires in a completely new way. It's a different levels of joy with that.
Yeah.
Doskit ask, I'm curious, did your symptoms fluctuate throughout the day? Were some parts of the day you felt way better and what times? Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
For sure.
I
You want to
usually,
go?
yeah, for me the mornings was always, the bad when the cortisol was up. I did go kind of the circadian rhythm with those neurotransmitters. Now I can see so clearly that that's how it went for me. But throughout the day, usually around 12, I felt some kind of crash of the energy, like I had to nap. Like I had to nap. Now I can nap if I want, but then I had to. I didn't have any choice. I had to nap. Otherwise, I felt that my brain is going crazy, or that there's too much information in my brain that I cannot handle. And then after nap, I usually felt better. But then in the evening, my intrusive thoughts kind of came before I did get to sleep. So I was just in my bed a long time, just, rambling around with the thoughts. So yeah, definitely it did change.
Yeah, same. When you said morning, yep. I mean, those mornings were so hard for so long. At first, it was like a really bad anxiety and panic. I would take my dog for a walk, and once I finally got outside, I remember just everything scared me, every noise, every movement. But yeah, that really bad morning depression or anxiety, and then it would lift a little bit throughout the day, and then around for me like 3 or 4, I would get really between 2 and 4, just almost comatose tired.
Yeah,
Scary. You feel like you're like something's wrong with you. You're so tired, and then and it wasn't all the time like this, but these are just specific things that I remember. And then at night, sometimes I would feel better. Sometimes, or
yeah,
I would get. And when you said intrusive thoughts, that's. I'm glad you brought that word up because I think we said intrusive thoughts every 15,000 times a day, every
yeah.
day for a window in our recovery. And
Yes.
I've been sleeping on the couch lately since my husband passed away, and I'm graduating to the bed
Yeah.
soon. And that's another thing about this recovery. You really can understand that things just happen and you take it day by day.
Yeah.
Easier to just pace yourself with things and just give yourself compassion and not rush things
Yeah.
that when we're ready we will kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Indeed.
I had this intrusive thought because I would fall asleep on the couch in recovery, and I had this intrusive thought that I thought would never go away. Then it got to the point where it would happen every now and then. Then it got to the point, well, not every now and then, but it got to the point where it would just feel like somebody else's intrusive thought,
Yeah.
like the memory of it or whatever. And I swear, just you saying that and me sleeping on the couch, and I did think about it the other day, like I never think about it anymore. Like I thought that I was always at least going to somewhat think about it. It was going to follow me everywhere. It just really went away. Like,
Yeah.
and I hope me not talking about it is going to make it come back. I don't think so. Like that's just
No.
not how it works, right?
No, it's
Um,
not. Because
yeah,
sometimes I did wonder that. Okay, let's start it. I tell when I had OCD on caffeine and I had those intrusive thoughts, they were there. Like I was always like thinking that they never gonna go. Like they never did go completely away. I had like even windows and waves on caffeine. You can have on caffeine windows and
yes.
waves. Oh, you did disappear. I
Uh-oh.
will get you back. Like meaning that you feel like you don't
Yes.
have them all the time necessarily.
Right. Or you
But
could do something like something would kind of distract you, maybe, and then they'd come back. Boom. Yeah.
yes, wait a second. I don't know where the this has been a little bit there you are. Cranky this computer. So yeah, so then on caffeine, when I did go further into recovery, and sometimes intrusive thoughts still popped up, and then I sometimes think, oh, now when this thought popped, what if it's gonna bother me? But then it's when they start to fade away, they don't bother you anymore. It's so weird.
It's so weird. And Kato always told me that that's how it goes. And I'm like, but I don't understand. How do they just go away? Like, I don't get it. And he's like, they just do. Your brain just doesn't go there. It's so incredible.
That's why it is anxiety response. That's why you don't ever blame
Yeah.
yourself about intrusive thoughts. And now I speak about in this recovery especially, and on caffeine too. It's not something that you like. For me, I had so much guilt and shame around the intrusive thoughts, the OCD that I had about those sexual intrusive thoughts and intrusive about hurting myself and others. And always the trigger warning. I won't say those intrusive thoughts because I know many people watching this, they have constant of those. So I'm just
Yes.
saying in the general. So that is nothing but the like a stress response. Nothing to do with you or what you are or what you're
Yes.
gonna do. It's nothing to do with that.
It's a
You
hundred
are a
percent.
sweetheart, sweetheart person
Yes.
going through the
Yeah.
recovery.
Because we all worry about them, right? We're all so terrified,
Yes.
and it's not us. It really is the state of the body, the stress response. And that's why they magically, well, I don't want to say the word magic, but that's why they go away, because your body's not in that stress state anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no need to them. Like they're okay, we are done our work. Go away.
Yeah, when you're in a calm, more relaxed state, they're just not there. It's that stress state that's keeping them there on a loop, because you're hyper vigilant and that anxiety's high for safety, and then like everything will just start flooding, and it's the things that we care about, and it's just so awful when it's happening, but it really is not you, and it really does go away in time. It took a long time for me, and yeah, just thinking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm sleeping on the couch, and I was at my mom's, I was at my friend Jamie's. I haven't slept on the couch in a long time, and even before that, I don't even know. And that's another thing too, Kato would say. He's like, I don't really know when I really, really got better, because everything is so gradual and things come and go, and then they stop, and then certain ones come back, and then they stop, and DPDR comes, and then intrusive thought pops in. You're like, dang it, I thought I was done with the intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's just so, and then it goes away again, and then insomnia goes away, but then it comes back, and it's only an hour. It's not every hour on the hour like in the beginning, but it's an hour or two, and then you fall back asleep. Now, I haven't had the hour or two, I know I talked about that yesterday, in a really long time. I don't remember. I don't remember the month or the day that it got completely gone. I don't. But now with my stressor, so here's what's interesting, because I did watch that video of when my husband passed, that 2.5 week. I was like, what? I made a video at 2.5 weeks of him being gone. And now it's been a little over 2 months, and I'm still functional, and I'm still strong, even though it's a lot of grief, but that's normal.
Yeah.
That, let's say that I think I'm more resilient because I did go through this process, but at the same time, let's say I never went through it and I wasn't on any substances, I would still have a stress response to this trauma.
Yes.
And I am having some symptoms lately. I'll see things out of my peripheral, not like images or anything, but I feel like there's movement or something. And it I'm like, oh, okay. But I know what it is. I know it's my body's under a little bit of stress.
Yeah.
But it's so different from the depths of the worst of recovery.
Yeah.
Because that is so intense. So this is like, people can go through a higher stress response just from life.
Good. Yeah.
So I don't want to ever paint a picture that you're 100% never going to go through any type of anything when you're recovered, but it's different. I'm trying to explain
it's
that it's different. And my friend, who's 15 months ahead of me, she's so functional. She's been working for like, what, a year? Over a year
Over
now.
a year. She started before 5.
She started part-time at like 4 years, 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
And then she went to full-time like 5 years and a month or something like that. Yeah. And she is doing so good. Like, it just keeps getting better and better for her. And she's 6 years, 3 months.
Yeah, because she's like 1 year.
And she's just
ahead me.
Yeah, and 15 months ahead of me, because you're 2 months ahead of me, 2 months and a week ahead of me. So she's doing super, super, super well. But her mom stayed with her. I haven't even talked to her in a while, which really shows my improvement, even though I'm struggling. It really shows how 5 years for me was like different, even though my husband passed away, because I have not reached out to her. I reached out to her every month on ovulation.
Yeah.
Up to 5 years.
Yes.
Every time I had ovulation, or day 21, or the second day of my period or something like that, I would message her, because I'd have like one bad day, and I'd be like, why is this happening to me?
Yeah. And that's how we go.
The next day, but it was only like a day, and it's till that cake is done, right?
Baked.
It's not done until that cake is baked, completely baked. It goes up to that time. But even after your cake is baked, you still have to pull it out of the oven. It still has to cool off. Then you cut slices. That's where we're at now. We're in that really conditioning stage. But anyway, her mom came to see her and stay with her for like a month. And she was saying that her digestion was off a little bit. And I was like, what do you mean? Why is your digestion off? Like, she's like, because my mom is stressing me. And I'm like, but, but you're better. Like, and I would get all upset, not upset, but I'd be like, so you're feeling like with the way you used to feel? And she's like, no. She's like, I get up, I go to work, I take care of my kids. Like, life is great. Like, I have normal happiness and, the ebbs and flows of emotions. And I'm just like, but I don't understand. You're recovered. Why are you having intestinal issues? Maybe you're not completely recovered, blah, 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 blah. But it's so when we have these upticks of stressors in our life, we can have little upticks in our body, but it's nothing like
Yes.
the way that it was before.
Yeah, because
right?
you
And
were
then I
still
think,
human. Stress gonna still hit us in the
yes,
normal way, but it's nothing. You can still live life with that.
yeah,
The difference is you are able to do stuff what you want with that stress.
yes, you're still functional. And I think a little bit of it has to do with some patterns and behaviors still unraveling until those are out. So, like, let's say that her mom comes to stay, but if she has set really good boundaries, which I know she has been working on that, and I'm not speaking for her, but I'm just saying, like, it for me, like, all that behavioral stuff and setting the boundaries and putting our foot down and things like that takes time as well once we're more recovered.
Yes, I work 5 hours a day or 20 hours a week, and it feels pretty exhausting.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
yeah, cause 2 years.
where are you again on your journey? But yeah, because
2
you're
years.
still. But that's amazing that you work.
Yeah,
You're taking care of yourself and
yeah,
your people, and it's gonna get better. Like, it won't be
yeah,
exhausting. Like, she talks about how she just runs circles around people and how she has so much energy, and
yeah,
she can't stand still. She's like in between working and taking care of her girl. She's doing chores. She's running errands. She's going here and there. Because you get
yes,
to a place where it feels bad to just sit at home. Like that's why
yeah,
last night I went to dinner and then I went to the park because I
yeah.
don't want to come home yet. I want to come home so I can sleep, not so I can just sit there on the couch and stare at the wall. Like, I want to do other things.
And I'm gonna be just curious for me too, like, because now when I have been feeling that motivation and drive, and when it gets even better than that, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do some workouts for more and more. Like, it just
Yeah.
feels so nice, like that. To have I just almost feel like I wanna do these stuff that I couldn't do. Like, there is so much life to catch up, so much, and sometimes then I just burst into tears because I almost like think what I went through. And then also some people, when they are judgmental, I know that that's part of my YouTube, and that's why I had before these serious thoughts that I'm not just doing this YouTube anymore. I think it was part of the recovery because of the emotions in traveling. Because for years I was still healing a lot, so I just felt that I cannot do this because people are just too much. But now I can just finally see that, yeah, I can let them go, and this
Yeah.
is the work that I do, and if people, they don't have to watch it, and um,
See, I love that you say that because you and I were both going through that at the same time, but
yeah,
you were feeling the way you were feeling, and we were both saying we know deep down it's still part of the recovery, and it's the nervous system. This is really interesting. I don't know if I think we should just do a video completely on this. You're 2.5 years. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, good,
Totally normal. Like, one day you're not going to be exhausted
yeah,
anymore. So
no,
good. Just
keep
keep
it up,
resting, keep doing what you do, and then rest. And it's not going to make you worse. It's just a flare up while you're going through it, but it's so normal
yeah.
at 2.5 years. Yako, did you ever have a big wave?
Yeah, I don't think Jaakko didn't fall off the mountain. So, well,
Oh,
but he still have been 2.5 years free.
healing.
Yeah,
Still
healing,
healing. I
healing,
mean, it's
healing still.
it's healing no matter what.
Yeah, it's healing. And like I always say, even you don't fall off the mountain, meaning you are able to work and stuff, it's still gonna, some people take time to be completely like energetic and just like that. That's, I have heard other
Yeah.
stories too. Like people who
Yeah,
doesn't fall off the mountain, it takes time.
it's intense enough, even not falling off the mountain.
Yeah.
Like my mom didn't fall off the mountain, but I tell you what, she gets super tired and has symptoms, but she's been functional for 4 years, but it affects her. And then she doesn't think it's from caffeine. I mean, she kind of does, but yeah, she kind of does, but like she'll call me, just be like, I'm exhausted today. And she thinks it's because she's 79. And maybe it is. I don't know. But I think a lot of it has to do with her recovery.
Yeah.
I bet you when she's like 82, she's going to feel better than she's probably felt in 30 years, 40 years. And that she's going to be running circles around all her retired teacher friends and all her peers.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 82. So she'll be 80 in November. I'm thinking like 82, 83. It's going to be like her best life. I bet
Yeah.
you. So what was
So-
I saying?
You wanna
what?
and I have to go soon. So we have been
Yes.
doing like, but you wanted to do video about say that what you were saying, like
Yeah, what was I saying? I guess it's not that important because
you wanted to do maybe it's for just the emotional because this emotional
what you were
frustration
saying,
behaviors.
what you were saying, how when you were at 4 and you were worried about
Yeah, quitting
making
the
videos
yeah, I
because
did.
other
I couldn't
people-
stand that. I couldn't stand. I was still emotionally very vulnerable, which still okay. I cry in the videos now, but it's different. It's almost like a raw. I show my emotions raw, but then I was just really still processing a lot of stuff. So I was thinking that yeah, no, I don't know if I don't want to do this YouTube because people are not so respectful. So
Yeah, so it's so cool. Yeah, we'll do a video. We'll do more on this. But even crying, like I said, even when we're stressed, because you go through life, you're recovered, you might still be seeing improvements, but for the most part, recovered. And then you cry because we're always healing. Like we were always healing on the substance, even though we weren't given it the complete opportunity. Then we quit, and then we're really healing and playing catch up. And then we get so much more recovered, and then we have other stuff coming up and cry because
yeah,
we're
we are
processed,
humans.
like because we don't have anything to. We're not masking anymore.
Yeah. We're
Crying
not
is so
taking
normal.
anything. Like now I just
Yeah.
when you take caffeine you can numb. I will say that I have seen people, I don't know how they go through their horrible things happen in their life and they just take caffeine. And I sometimes have been thinking that is not normal. That is not
Yeah.
normal that they are not crying. Like
Yeah.
they
My
are
mom-
not ever crying. That is
My
not
mom doesn't.
normal. That is
She does not cry
Hoo-hoo.
ever,
Hoo-hoo.
ever. And then one time she cried like a year ago. Something happened, and she's like, I never cry. And I'm like, okay, because you're older, and that's such a part of your nervous system that doesn't feel safe to cry.
Yeah.
She thinks it's weird. She thinks it's opposite of what we think. We think it's good, it's releasing, it's natural. Even 10 years from now, we're just going to cry because our body is naturally, that's what we're supposed to do. Shake, cry, whatever.
Yeah. Babies cry, children cry all the time.
Yeah.
It's very normal.
So nothing wrong with it. And society thinks it's like weak and this and that and vulnerable. And she grew up in an era where, and it's not like it's a conscious thing. She's not going, I don't want to cry because I don't want to. It's so embedded in her nervous system that she doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. And
Yes.
it's exactly what we're talking about. And we will make more of a video on it. But when you were at 4 years and you were so worried about what other people think, and I can't do this, so I talk a lot about behaviors, but it's only a behavior because I had that too, worrying about what people think.
Yeah.
Only because it was so part of our nurture, that it became a habit. But it really was because our nervous system was dysregulated and we were in fight or flight. We weren't in rest and digest, and we were dysregulated, and it's all about the nervous system. So I'm more of like a talker, flock. So there's fight, flight, freeze, flock, fawn. Excuse me, fawn. And it's all part of my nervous system. So if it's part of the nervous system, it's still part of recovery.
And
And
fun
then we don't,
can be like you wanna explain yourself. Fun symptoms,
yes,
like
that's
fight or
me.
flight. We know fight. We wanna fight and argue. Flight, flee. We wanna run. But then the fun is something the survival mechanism that many people doesn't talk about. I know that people talk about it in some videos, but it's more like
Yeah.
you need to explain yourself, and that is
Yes.
also part of the survival
Yeah. Getting
validation.
validation. So me. I still do it to my mom, and I'm like, why am I doing that? Well, I'm a little bit more flared up right now with my nervous system, and I'm trying to explain to her some stuff about how I'm feeling with my grief. And she's like, "When are you gonna stop?" She'll say things, and then, "When are you gonna like not worry about this?" And I'm like, "Mom, it takes time." And then I'm explaining to her, and I'm like, "I'm the one doing this. I'm the one putting myself out there, and then I don't get the response back that I want, knowing that I'm trying to explain myself to somebody who's not emotionally available to be able to
Yeah.
handle it because she
Yes.
has her own dysregulation." So it's really
Yes.
cool. We'll talk about that more because it gets
Yeah.
better. Like that, even we start. It's not like there's all these videos. There's this guy called Julian himself who has really good awareness and education videos on not giving a shit about caring what people say. Um, and it's so much easier to just tell people that don't care what people say and come to my seminar and watch these videos. But really, until the nervous system calms down, then it's not going to happen until naturally, because it will happen naturally,
Yeah.
and it's the nervous system. It's not a class you take to learn
No,
how
it's
to
not
not care what
something
people
woo
think.
woo. It's nothing
No.
but the basic like you don't take anything. You don't take
Yeah. So when
anything.
Cato told me I'm still going to have the behavioral stuff working out for 2 or 3 years after the anxiety's better, which now the anxiety's better. I think that's true, but I still think it's part of post-acute withdrawal. I still think the behavioral stuff
Yeah.
is part of the nervous system
Yeah,
because we adapted to that behavior in that state.
that's why what comes to difference about the unique personal and what we all have kind of after you go that the anxiety part, then it depends what you still have. Like maybe some people doesn't have so much the things to work on or behavior or I
Right.
don't maybe you are in your 20s and you don't really have a lot of past behind you. You're just
Right.
it can be that your journey is so much different and maybe shorter in that way, but then there are people who have been in substances and caffeine over 60 years 50 years and
And it's all about adaptation. We all adapt in different ways to survive. Yeah.
yeah, so it's a unique
It's true.
journey. Okay, so those kid, yep, I never cried previous to this, but now certain things I know tear up and I can feel the emotions deep down. So it was definitely the caffeine stopping me from the feeling anything. Yeah. Thanks you for sharing.
Just like a
And
Yep. And now everything's coming out. It's just like, oh, I'm releasing. I feel, and it's so good.
so good. Time always flies. This is so cool with
It
you,
does.
Mandy.
How long has it been?
Oh, it's 1 hour and 12 minutes, so it's a good.
Wow. It feels like 30 minutes every
Yeah.
time.
I think
Every
that
time.
I think hour is I have been watching like people they can watch an hour, but then when it goes 2 hours, then it's a little bit. But I have now a TikTok
Overwhelming.
account, so I will make these little clips from me and Mandy's videos from the TikTok because you cannot share a long video there. So then I just put the watch full video and link to YouTube. So
Yeah.
then
I love it. And
we go to
eventually
TikTok with Mandy.
I'm going to get my TikTok too, and we're going to be TikTok sensations.
Yes. We're
Yeah.
gonna be
It'll
troll
be good.
senses. No.
Right.
Probably that too, but
And here's the thing. When people don't agree with us, and we can talk, because this will go into that validation part. The more we heal and our nervous system calms down and people don't agree with us, we like it, because then we know that our message is coming across. We don't feel weird anymore. And I'm getting there. I'm not there 100% there yet. But I know that when we become more of a leader and more of like not worrying about what people think and we're just saying our truth and not feeling afraid of getting ridiculed or in trouble or
yeah.
bad, all that comes from childhood for me.
Childhood for me too. Say.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Not everybody has to agree with me. Not everybody has to like me, because it's not ever going to be that way. And one of my favorite sayings, and I learned this from that guy, Julian, is that we're all born with confidence. It's the mask we put on us. But if we try to please everybody and then we try to get everybody to like us, then no one ever really loves us because they don't know the real us. And
Yeah.
we just attract the people that we're supposed to be around instead of like everybody. We're not supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be that way.
Yeah, we're gonna find the people, and then also if you are even
Yeah.
not people person like I'm like like so much, meaning that you don't really enjoy so much, that's okay too. Like everything, you're gonna be you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be you.
We're
You're you.
gonna be us. We're getting more to our most authentic self. It's so cool.
So cool. Okay,
Okay.
Mandy, thank you so much, and this was fun as always.
It
And
is fun.
yeah,
And after the
I
beach
catch up
next
you
week.
a little bit before after this.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and after the beach next week, maybe the next week we'll do another video.
yeah, we maybe try to do at least one catch up with every month, like
Yeah,
so.
one or two.
One or
And
two.
then I'm gonna start. I am gonna get because that's the thing. I got to start putting my voice out there with my channel, and I think I'm ready.
Yes.
Because I tried it in the beginning of the year, and I was like, oh, that felt scary because I was still working. My nerve, it catches up with itself.
Mandy,
I'm ready.
Mandy, you are ready.
I'm ready.
You are.
Yeah.
You got